So 21st of July, day 11, Skypacking Ladakh.
Welcome back. You join us at the Ghata loops where we left off a couple of days ago. We'd just spent a day in Sarchu. We washed our clothes, we washed ourselves, we charged our devices. I tried to let my blister seal a little bit with mixed success, but here we are back on the loops, ready to start doing a little hiking.
We just got dropped by two amazing truck drivers. We were in separate trucks.
Very nice.
Some amazing conversations, and then they gave us a little mango to eat to start our day with.
So Manav's going to teach me how to eat this now.
Yeah.
So apparently I pull a hole in the top.
Yeah.
Like
that's it. That's too big of a hole. Yeah. Yeah.
Not bad. A bit messy.
This is the beginning of stage 3. We are planning to go to Shade and then all the way to Tsazar. Let's see how the day sort of unfolds. It's almost 9 a.m. and we are ready to hike. Well, that's our left. That's our left. That's our left. Right here.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Now this partly cloudy day is actually very helpful. We haven't applied our sunscreens yet. Still feels good. You can see the flow of Satak. It's a huge river. No way we could cross it, and hence the trail just stays on the right bank. So we are going back almost 12 kilometers, which is a repeat, but it is more like a rolling trail, a Nepali flat where you don't actually gain altitude. It's just some 100 meters up, 200 meters down, which is pretty easy for a 12k distance. What I've noticed in the Indian Himalayas is that until you can feel the breeze or some sort of a wind with the cloud cover, it's okay. But then when there is pin drop silence and then there's no wind blowing, that's when the chances are that it is going to rain. And this is the setting as of now. There's no wind, there's not much breeze, and it is a pretty silent, pin drop silence sort of a landscape. Yeah, so we have taken a 5-minute break. We came across a very old bridge, so we just thought of checking it out.
So basically these planks of wood kind of sit deep into the rock, and they've obviously reinforced that using the weight of the stones. But look at this dry stone walling, man. How in God's fucking name do you build that? Look at this.
And you're building that when the bridge is not here, Right. Imagine standing there and then doing it.
And bearing in mind, the people to build this side probably have to cross this miles away, hike all the way down the valley.
Yeah, bring these...
God knows where all the stone has been mined from, all the wood.
Yeah, because we'll not get these big wood logs here.
It's phenomenal.
Woo-hoo!
And terrifying.
The sky is all nice and blue, so I think we don't have to worry about the rain now. And it is a nice, quick 300-meter climb for the first pass. And then I think today we have a series of spurs, some 4 or 5 passes, where they're very close to one another, all of them within a distance of 10k. So if everything goes well, I think we'll be able to go past all of them. Yeah. Welcome to Laol. First pass. Whew. Nicely done. 4,400 meters. Doesn't seem like.
Feels like 5,000. Oh.
We took a quick 5-minute break. We are leaving the pass at 1:50 p.m. Now the trail to every other pass is more or less contouring. The most important thing is that there is no water on this trail, so make sure that you carry enough with you. Within 30 minutes we are at the next pass. This one is called Umlung at 4,300 meters. Almost there. This is Chhohama, the fourth pass. Super windy. Oh man. Now the next pass after Chhohama is called Punshum. Again, another spur after this fifth pass. Punshum will have to go down all the way to the settlement of Satak, which is now abandoned, and then we'll go a little further to Mone. But the catch is that from the very beginning, from the confluence all the way till Satak, there's not even a single drop of water. So while you cross all these 5 little spurs or passes, there's no water at all. I think we were super lucky today that it is partly cloudy. It was sunny in between, but most of it is still cloudy. And this is also the major reason, why there are these couple of villages that we'll cross today and tomorrow: Satak, Mone, Yurshun, Murshun. All the people in these villages have actually vacated these villages, and everybody has shifted to Chumikgyartse because there is no water in the valley, so no farming and no livelihood. This is one sort of an exposed trail just 1 kilometer before Satak, and you'll have a thin trail to follow. There's enough space, nothing much to worry, but there is some exposure for sure. Small landslide sections. Oops.
The sweet sound of running water. The elixir of life. H2O!
Some of these sections are actually affected by small landslides, and therefore you need to be very, very careful because it's a one-way ticket. If you're watching this and if you're someone who would like to do the same, who would like to hone the skills that can help you become an independent hiker, then I invite you to my week-long field course where I teach everything that will guarantee make you an independent hiker who can hike anywhere in the world with a lot of confidence and without compromising on his or her safety in the wilderness. If you're someone who resonates with the idea that failing to plan is planning to fail, then I think you should definitely start your journey of becoming an independent hiker, and then also start mapping trails in India, which is like a never-ending task. You can learn about so many different modules that will basically bring you much closer to nature and will help you hike with a lot of confidence. This is indeed a very, very nice landscape. We are not going to see anyone, I guess, until Shade, and I'm glad that I'm able to hike to this landscape before the whole region, further sort of deteriorates. Maybe, the trails will, if not in use, will sooner or later get affected by small landslides. Stage 3 of Skypacking Ladakh has had an amazing start today, and I hope that this would continue till the end.
get a lot of these ghost towns out in like the American West, old mining towns, and now all the gold's gone. It feels like that. Oh wow. There's our blocks behind. Well, it's quite an amazing place. An abandoned village because the fields here didn't get enough snow melt to irrigate them, and so the crops stopped growing.
Yeah, you can see how these land is being cut out. All these are
Terraces.
old farmlands, terraces. So sad.
Beautiful place, but yeah, strange vibe here now.
The good part about this trail is that navigation wise it is pretty much sorted. You have a clear line of sight, so you can spot a trail from a distance. We have another side stream 2 kilometers before Mone. It is more like a small stream in July coming from this big gorge up there. It's a nice cliff basically. So I'll mark this spring now so that anyone who hikes in the future will know that they might get water here. I'm not very sure whether the water will be here in the month of September, but in July it's a nice little stream. And the time right now is 6:13 p.m.
We've done 33 kilometers in a moving time of 8 hours 45 minutes.
Nice.
We've covered 996 meters of ascent and 1170 meters of descent. We are an altitude of just over 4,000 meters, 4,035, which will be the lowest we've slept in a while.
Yeah.
In the lovely hamlet of
Mone.
Mone.
Now, in order to maintain some good hygiene standards, you can always just quickly wash your legs, your feet, and your hands and your face. That sort of really helps you, stay clean. Yeah, so here's a quick recipe for oats. You boil some water. Once it is nice and boiling, you add some plain oats to it. You add a little bit of salt, just a pinch of salt, and then the next step is to take a scoop of peanut butter, put it in there, and then add 1 dairy milk, and then enjoy the final product.
This is the end of day 11 of Skypacking Ladakh. It's funny the way the memory works. Like as soon as you finish a big hike like this, the difficult bits and the bad bits immediately just go from your memory. And all you remember is how great it was. Then you're looking at maps and planning the next one. But I just want to put on record here and now, sometimes hiking's really hard. And today was one of those days. My feet are still bothering me, and it was just actually, the first half of the day was cloudy, which I really appreciated. A bit of cloud cover was a really welcome relief from the sun. But again, that late afternoon sun here is so strong, and by kind of 2-3, the sun was out strongly. The trail was tough and technical, really
and there was no water. That was another major point, that there was no water in all those 4 passes, and that made things difficult. It is also start of stage 3, so we have relatively heavier backpacks.
Oh my
so all
God.
those factors sort of combined and
Bags
made it a
full
little
of
tricky.
oats and snacks and a new gas cylinder and a jar of peanut butter. And the elevation gain today was not that crazy, and the altitude is pretty modest, but man, even those small climbs up today were not easy for sure. But the valley was stunning, like absolutely incredible, and it, like we've said on the video today, it feels wilder, more remote. It's funny because the Ghata loops is just this stretch of highway, and then you come off this tiny trail, and as soon as you leave a kilometer from the loops, you're like, wow, you are in the wild Ladakh, and coming across all those kind of abandoned settlements today, it kind of added to that feeling of feeling of remoteness. But just every valley here is
Very
just
beautiful.
unbelievably beautiful. Just like it's such a weird mix of landscape. You got these deep canyons and gorges which feel like you could be hiking in the Grand Canyon. You could be in Arizona. You could be in Nevada. Then you have these weird rock formations. You have the peaks on the horizon. You have beautiful waterfalls and nalas and all these gullies and
Initially
what a mix.
Sarchu is very gentle. It's a wide riverbed, and then slowly and gradually it turns into a canyon, a gorge, and then you have these exposed sort of trails where you have to be very careful. Tomorrow again the plan is to we are just 35 kilometers away from Shade, and we have two passes, but we're also interested in 2 lakes. So we have 2 passes and 2 lakes.
And some big passes. They're over 5, so
yeah.
we're going to have a big day of climbing again tomorrow. Something like we have to ascend something like 1,400 meters from where we are now. So that's going to be fun. But yeah.
Yeah, that is all from Skypacking Ladakh day
11.
11.
See you tomorrow.
See you in the next one. Good night.